Hello and welcome everybody to Channel MGT, where we are confidently wrong about all things fiction. I am your host Unicorn, and today we're gonna list top 10 jutsu and Naruto words that are not KK Genkai. We rank them based on strength, effectiveness, and versatility. Please note that this is a jutsu versus jutsu comparison and not a shinobi versus shinobi comparison. So without further ado, let's move on to the list. Coming in at number 10, we have Summoning Jutsu. The Summoning Jutsu allows the user to summon a number of animals or other objects to aid them in combat or missions. From flying turtles to the Monkey King, all kinds of animals are available as options. Summons can help you in battle with their techniques, track enemies, send messages, help you increase your reach for medical assistance, travel, and whatever this is. As effective as it is a tool for the shinobi, the real might of the summoning jutsu lies in the application of combination attacks to create high-level jutsus, otherwise inaccessible to the user. Its versatility in the field makes it a solid number 10 on our list. At number 9, we have Creation Rebirth Seal. Invented by the legendary Sannin Tsunade, this jutsu releases the chakra stored in a single part of the user's body in a huge burst. It's a derivative of the strength of 100 Steel Jutsu, which allows the user to store large amounts of chakra in one spot. This jutsu allows them to use that chakra to manipulate their cells into rapidly regenerating and making new cells, which is different from classical healing, which essentially repairs old cells. This essentially allows the body to be immortal in the sense that it enables the user to regenerate any organs or from any kind of wound. All damage can be regenerated, from deep cuts to Madara Susanoo blades to this casual bitch slap. At its best though, the jutsu transforms into a ninja art creation rebirth strength of 100 technique. This allows the user to regenerate all wounds without any hand seals. Madara himself compares it to the power of Hashirama's regenerative ability. The only drawback of the jutsu is that it's still bound by the Hayflick limit. That is, cells can only regenerate a certain number of times, and hence it reduces the lifespan of the user in the longer run. Temporary immortality with access to massive amounts of chakra makes Creation Rebirth Seal number 9 on our list. Number 8 is reserved for puppet techniques. Condensed into its modern version by Monzaemon Chikamatsu of the Sand Village, this jutsu works on the application of threads made of chakra to control a puppet's movements and all the weapons stuffed inside it. The number of puppets that can be controlled by a single user increases with the skill level of the puppeteer and may even go up to 100 puppets. Let us move on to the real reason this jutsu made it to the list: the human puppet technique developed by Sasori. He can turn a dead corpse into a puppet and they retain that chakra and KK Genkai from when they were alive, as seen by Sasori's Kazekage puppet, still able to utilize magnet release iron sand. The core weakness of this jutsu is the lack of combat ability of the user or the vulnerability they face in case their puppet was harmed, but there are multiple ways around it. Kankuro often substituted himself with a puppet. Sasori turned himself into a puppet, giving him a myriad of weapons and defense good enough to tank hits from a taijutsu specialist like Sakura. The chakra threads can be used to control humans even when they aren't being used for puppets like Chio does for Sakura. The overall versatility and its inbuilt ability to circumvent its own weaknesses makes puppetry number 8 on our list. Flashing in at number 7, we have Flying Raijin. Invented by the second Hokage Tobirama Senju and popularized by the fourth Minato Namikaze, it is a jutsu that enables the manipulation of space-time continuum to teleport anywhere, as long as there is a jutsu shinki or technique formula at the final destination. No? Unlike our scriptwriter's humor, this jutsu has something for all audiences. Now before we move on, we must clarify, in some translations it's referred to as body flicker, but that is a separate technique that uses high-speed movement and is fundamentally different from Flying Raijin, which is true teleportation. Minato uses Flying Raijin in a variety of ways, from teleporting around the battlefield to create. The Flying Raijin can be used to teleport other people or objects along with the user, given that the user has enough chakra. He uses this property of the jutsu to teleport an entire Bijudama away from the village. This technique made Minato and Tobirama the fastest shinobi of their respective times. This jutsu has multiple variants. There is the Flying Thunder God mutually instantaneous revolving technique, Flying Thunder God Slash, and Spiraling Flash Super Round Dance Howl Style 3. The versatility, speed, and niche ability of this jutsu makes it number 7 on our list. At number 6, we have Earth Grudge Sphere. The signature jutsu of Kakuzu, the treasurer of Akatsuki, it turns the user's body into a container for these wire-like things referred to as tentacles. In simple words, this jutsu allows the user to harvest hearts from other ninjas and make them their own. This makes Kakuzu virtually immortal as he cannot die till all of his hearts are destroyed. He keeps these hearts under masks and uses these masks as puppets to fight. He is able to channel his chakra into these stolen hearts and use the chakra natures that the owners of the hearts could use when they were alive. This includes wind, fire, and lightning techniques. Even Kakashi couldn't react to Kakuzu's tentacles, and Kakashi can intercept lightning. Kakuzu can also release all of his masks to fight in the battlefield independently or fuse them as one to use a combination attack. Virtual immortality, along with the ability to replicate the powers of any shinobi you absorb, makes Earth Grudge number 6 on our list. Coming in at number 5, we have Shadow Clone Jutsu created by Tobirama Senju. It is an upgraded version of the clone technique which equally divides the user's chakra between his real body and his clones. At its prime, the multiple Shadow Clone Jutsu can create hundreds of clones. Each clone is real with their separate personalities and will disappear after taking a prerequisite amount of damage. A destroyed clone will transfer all memories, experience, and leftover chakra back to the original body. The most relevant use of this is seen in the Pain arc, where Shadow Clones store natural energy for Naruto to prolong his Sage Mode. Naruto can use Shadow Clones for speeding up his training process, but only he can use it, and hence we don't think it's a pro. The real power of the Shadow Clones lie in the ability to copy all items and sometimes doing parts of jutsus to achieve stronger versions, such as Naruto using clones to execute Rasen Shuriken. Shadow Clones all possess chakra and hence can replicate other jutsus such as transformation technique or offensive attacks such as Rasengan Barrage or Naruto's famous Super Tail Beast Rasen Shuriken. Combined with the ability to be an army weapon or reserve chakra tank, makes Shadow Clone Jutsu a solid number 5 on our list. Swimming in at number 4, we have Kisame Hoshigaki's Water Prison Shark Dance. It is a stronger variation of the water-style water prison which creates a heavy sphere of water capable of imprisoning Jonin-level shinobi such as Neji Hyuga, Kakashi Hatake, and the rest of Team Guy. Physical strength alone means nothing inside this sphere, as even Rock Lee couldn't break through because of how difficult it is to move inside such a dense sphere. Water Prison Shark Dance is the massive dome of water which moves along with Kisame. He fuses with Samehada or shark skin to gain gills and hence can breathe inside the dome, and the ability to siphon off chakra is also now available to him. Any targets caught inside the dome will constantly struggle to breathe because they are underwater, or move because they are underwater. And while Kisame will constantly get stronger by feeding off of your chakra, you will be underwater. This jutsu lacks versatility, it more than makes up for it by how broken its properties are. Yes, niche jutsus like Flying Raijin seem stronger on paper, but the extreme reliance on chakra in the Narutoverse makes Water Prison Shark Dance a strong number 4 on our list. At number 3, we have, this is gonna be long, Rasengan. Now before we move further, if you're wondering where Chidori is, well, it's not on the list. It is a derivative of Rasengan and it is very powerful, but it's not on the list, so just imagine Chidori and Rasengan share this spot. Anyway, Rasengan works on the concept of forming a compact ball of chakra and crashing it into things. It was made by Minato Namikaze based on the concept of Bijudamas. The true strength of Rasengan, however, lies in its ability to have multiple properties depending on the nature and form of the chakra infused in the jutsu. For example, Naruto managed to fuse in wind-style chakra and turn the ball into a shuriken, which led to the birth of Rasen Shuriken, a jutsu so powerful it started cutting Naruto's own hand at the cellular level. Boruto made a vanishing Rasengan which he can throw by infusing lightning nature, and true to its name, it vanishes midair. By adding chakras from other beasts, Naruto managed to create different types of Rasengan, such as Magnet Release Rasengan, Tail Beast Ball Rasen Shuriken, and others. He can also fuse this with Sasuke's Amaterasu to create Scorch-style Rasengans. We know there is more to say, but wait for the next jutsu. All in all, the sheer destructive capacity and the ability to evolve with the user's strength makes Rasengan number 3 on our list. Coming in at number 2, we have Senjutsu or Sage Arts. It is a technique which enables the user to absorb natural energy from the environment and fuse it with their own chakra to create Senjutsu chakra. This chakra leads to the awakening of Sage Mode. In Sage Mode, all of the user's abilities are dramatically increased from their healing factor to their physical strength. Both Hashirama Senju and Hagoromo mastered Senjutsu to become two of the most powerful entities in history. Let us give you some examples of just how broken these enhancements are. Remember how Rasen Shuriken was cutting Naruto's own hand at the cellular level? Well, Senjutsu instantly heals that damage, so there is no risk when using Rasen Shuriken. It enhanced Jiraiya's ninjutsu prowess to a level where he could create a Rasengan which can shave off a mountain. After gaining the Sage Art power from Hagoromo, Naruto could dodge attacks fired at the speed of light, sense chakra to an extent where he could fight Madara's invisible limbo clones, and both Sasuke and Naruto could infuse Sage chakra to amp up their jutsus to their ultimate forms: the 6 parts Ultra Big Ball Rasen Shuriken and Indra's Arrow. Jutsu is very difficult to master, along with being extremely dangerous if the ratio of natural energy and chakra isn't correct, as it can turn the user into a frog or stone if too much energy is absorbed. It is also somewhat limited to shinobi with huge chakra tanks. However, despite its rather restrictive usage, many top shinobi in the world have used it to become stronger. Kabuto Yakushi, Madara Uchiha, and Orochimaru are just some examples. I think we have made more than a case of why Senjutsu is number 2 on our list. Right, here it is, number 1. Obviously goes to Talk no Jutsu. Okay, obvious jokes aside, at number 1 we have 8 gates. By now you have already realized how much we love enhancement jutsus, and nothing powers up a man like opening 8 gates. While the dangers of 8 gates are well known in the shinobi world, the sheer power output more than makes up for it. The 8 gates are limits on the chakra pathways inside the body to restrict the chakra flow and avoid damage. By opening said gates, the user can gain incredible boosts in strength. Even Might Dai, who was a genin even after 20 years of service, killed 4 of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist when he opened all gates. The ninja swordsmen all have Jonin-like if not higher power levels. Lee could move at blinding speeds against Gaara, and Might Guy actually managed to bend space while moving, create flames from just punching fast, and create shockwaves and impacts strong enough to kill Kisame and nearly defeat Madara himself. All in all, it's fair to say that 8 gates is the mightiest technique in all of Naruto, even though it's technically taijutsu and not ninjutsu. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. We will be back again with more confidently incorrect opinions. Please let us know down below what else you would like to see from us. Until next time.